What is up, YouTube? We are back breaking down UFC London. Edwards versus Brady. Let's go. This is what we've been waiting for. Big card this weekend. Cannot wait. I believe it's early too. Sometimes I love the early cards. Usually I do. We are going to rock with that for sure. Starting off with the first fight, Garam Kutateladze versus Kue Fernandez. I'm going Garam. I don't really trust Garam as much as I used to. I used to think this guy was going to be the boogeyman of 155. That Brenner fight showed a lot. Gasses out, can be kind of chinny. I worry about that stuff, but I still think he smokes Kue Fernandez. I worry about Kutateladze with the people that were outside top 15, definitely top 15. I'm going to go Kutateladze, second round TKO, KO. Yeah, smoke him early because if that gets into the third round, I'm probably going to lean Fernandez. On to the next fight, we got Nathan Fletcher versus Cal Lofgren. You know what? I'm an idiot. I'm gonna go with Nathan Fletcher, even though I got three tough guy predictions wrong. Yeah, last week. I bet against Carlos Vera, who won, and then I bet. Actually, no, never mind. I was 1-2. I'm sorry, I'm tripping. 1-2, because I did bet that Gibson was going to lose. It just feels like a loss because I expected him to be a lot better. So, yeah, 1-2. I'm gonna rock with the tough guy and Nathan Fletcher. From what I've seen from Lofgren, I thought he could be decent. He's really not. He doesn't do anything exceptionally well. Um, he'll probably get cut after this too. So I'm gonna go with Fletcher decision. I think that's the viable option there. Going on to the next fight though, we got probably gonna be my future wife, Shauna Bannon. No, I'm joking. Maybe. Who cares? Versus Pooja Tomar. Forget why I was a fan of Pooja Tomar. It's been a while since I've seen her fight. I think she only has one fight in UFC in split decision. She must have been doing something, or I don't know. Maybe she said something that made me a fan. I don't know. Um, Bannon striking is decent. Um, yeah, it's decent. That's it. Other than that, I don't know. I'm going with Tomar decision. I don't really want to dive into it. It is what it is. Bannon's hot. Tamar did something that I like about her, so I'm gonna rock with Tamar here, rather than going off attractiveness. But best of luck to both of them, obviously, of course. Moving on to the next fight, we got Christian Leroy Duncan versus Andre Poliev. Um, I don't know who Andre Poliev is, honestly. CLD is no slouch. Outside of that loss to Gregory Rodriguez, I think he's really good. He's very versatile with the striking. I think he also has decent grappling too, or enough to hold his own. But yeah, I'm not gonna rock with someone I don't really know their name unless they're going up against a bum. CLD is no joke. Probably will be top 15 middleweight at some point. Um, yeah, so I think this is just a win to get him right back on track, essentially. So I'm gonna go with Duncan first round KO, make a statement in front of the home crowd, put on a show, young man. Going on to the next fight, we got big heavyweight implications here. We have Marcin Tybura versus Mick Parkin. You know, this is tough. I want Mick Parkin to win. I really do. Get some people into the top 10 that haven't been there before. But, kind of like Sam Hughes last week, I have that feeling Tybura is there, man. He's going to win. So I'm going to go with Tybura decision. I hope I get proven wrong there just for the sanity and the stakes of heavyweight and the future of it. But yeah, we're gonna go Ty Bird decision. I think that's a safer play. I don't know where McParkin's really gonna beat him. I don't think McParkin has like the best grappling either. Ty Burr is pretty well rounded, you know. Eh, Ty Burr decision. Either way. On to banger of a fight at flyweight. We got Felipe Dos Santos versus Loney Kavanaugh. Very tough fight to predict, but there's just something about this Kavanaugh dude. He has so much power for a 125er. I think he's really good too. I didn't see his last fight against what's his name, who's also pretty good, Jose Ochoa, but heard he looked really well in that too. I'm gonna rock with Kavanaugh decision. I could see a world where Felipe Dos Santos wins. I think he's also pretty good. However, this Kavanaugh dude, I just feel like there's something different. Like he's on a different type of trajectory. So yeah, it's just like it was just meant to be. So Dos Santos, he probably is in a dogfight and everything. But Kavanaugh's just a little better, maybe a little more moments, a little more power, a little more volume. I don't know. I think it'll be a Kavanaugh decision, but I wouldn't be surprised if Dos Santos gets a round in there. Makes it a scrappy, tough fight to begin with. Moving on to the next fight, we got Jai Herbert versus Chris Padilla. I honestly thought that Herbert like retired or got cut for a second. It's been so long since I've seen dude, and maybe he has fought recently. Um, I don't know. At this point, like people just remember him as like the guy that, you know, had that picture perfect kick against Taporia, the head kick, and he still got smoked like a round later. So I'm rocking with Chris Padilla. Chris Padilla, I think the first time I saw him fight was the most recent time he fought. I forget who that was against. I think it was against, was it like Jordan Levitt? No, it was against Rong Zhu in September. That's right. I think he's good. He's coming off a two-fight win streak in the UFC, beating Yan Top, finishing Yan Top, which Huffy couldn't do, fraud, and then beating Rong Zhu with the doctor stoppage. So yeah, I think Chris Padilla, more momentum on his side. Probably a little more active. Like, when is the last time Jai Herbert's fought? It was August 3rd, Orlando Bedoya. Okay, I do kind of remember that fight. Oh, yeah, he did win. Okay. Yeah, I clearly wasn't there that day, honestly. I was there, but, like, I wasn't there, if you know what I mean. Either way, Padilla, I'm going to go with second round submission. I think this dude's decent. I don't know where he'll pan out trajectory wise, but yeah, if he wins this would be three in a row in lightweight. We can start talking right outside top 15, and then maybe get him in there. Who knows? But just looking over the contenders at lightweight today, man, there's a lot of guys, coming up right outside there that I like. Almost any other division, I'd be like, you should be in top 15. Maybe looking at a top 10 fight, lightweight's just that stacked, and it's always been, but um, I was kind of sleeping on lightweight for like a second, but lightweight's probably the most stacked division, if not bantamweight, something like that. Next fight, we got Morgan Charrier versus Nathaniel Wood. This is probably the hardest fight, in my opinion, to predict. I think both guys are really talented. I think both guys are versatile. Initially, I was thinking about Charrier decision, but where are we fighting? We're fighting in England. We have to think about these things when these guys are evenly matched. I think it's going to be not a war, but I think it's going to be a technical fight. I think it's going to be a lot of back and forth, a lot of, really hard to judge rounds. I think if it does go to the cards, I got to rock with Nathaniel Wood, whether he does deserve it or not. But there is a world where both these guys win 110%. It really is that close of a fight, in my opinion. I'm going to rock with Wood just because they're in England, played safe. would not be surprised if Chariot wins. I don't see a finish out of either of these two, to be perfectly honest, but it is MMA. It doesn't always math, and that's clear as day. Moving on to the next fight, we got Chris Duncan versus Jordan Vucenic. I'm going to go with Duncan, second round knockout. I don't think Vucenic is good. Oh, wait, he faced Guram last time, right? Yeah, he faced Guram, and actually, no, I'm not going to change it. I'm going to double down. I'm going to go with Duncan, second round knockout. Absolutely no knowledge or research done, clearly, if you couldn't tell already. But yeah, Vucenic, there was something weird about that Guram fight where it should have been to Vucenic, or Vucenic had a couple round, or like a round, I don't know. I'm still gonna rock with Chris Duncan. Not taking this to the scorecards. Second round KO, TKO, and we'll go from there. On to the next fight, the fight that everyone's been waiting for. The fact that this type of stuff can be tolerated is ridiculous. I don't like it at all, honestly. Call me a hater, call me what you will. But Molly McCann versus Alexia Thanaraya. I'm going to go with Thanaraya, honestly. Never betting Molly McCann after I saw her put herself in an armbar against Stolyarenko. That was crazy. Breaking it down, seeing the video of that getting broken down frame by frame too, even crazier. Stolyarenko didn't even have like what's it called, like the space to really get off the armbar because she was against the fence, and then like McCann like flips herself into it, and I was just like, nah, dog, like I never again. She's also annoying, dog. Like I don't. If I know you're gonna win me money, I'll still bet you. I won't be happy about it, but I'll still bet you. But like for her, like you're not good enough for me to bet you. Even though you're down straw weight, probably a little bit more of a weight bully. Like I'm gonna go with this girl who I have no idea who she is. Never heard of her in my life. I'm gonna rock with her though. I'm gonna hope she wins. Honestly, I'm tired of this meatball Molly train. I'm also not a Patty Pimblett fan either, but I get it. You need some of these English talkers because Aspinall doesn't act like ass clowns like either of those two. But enough of me venting. Let's move on to the next fight. Kevin Holland, Mr. 4570 versus Gunnar Nelson. I'm rocking Nelson second round sub. Was thinking first round sub. I'm going to give Holland the benefit of the doubt. I think he survives out there. Uh, there is a world where Holland wins, though. I know as of recently, Holland does not look like the motivation is there at all anymore. A lot more injury prone too, as well. I just I don't know. Like, does he knock out Gunner? Potentially, maybe. Maybe he catches him with the big reach advantage, but I just see Nelson eventually getting one of those crazy takedowns, immediately putting him in a bad position, subbing him. So I'm gonna rock with Gunnar Nelson second round sub. Would love to see Holland prove me wrong again, but I doubt it. And maybe they cut Holland after that, honestly, because he's probably getting paid good money. He is very active, and he is like somewhat of a name that you can keep throwing on pay-per-views. But if you keep losing like this, like no one's gonna want to watch unless they want to see you get beat. So yeah, Holland really needs this win. Honestly, I'm rooting for him though. He's before the whole 45-70 thing and the whole him being douchey to Rampage. He was one of my favorite fighters. I would love to see him rebound and everything. Love that activity, you know. 'Cause I literally saw this guy live in Los Angeles 2 months ago, and now he's going to England to fight Gunnar Nelson. Like, see, like that's the type of stuff that you can't eat, teach, preach anymore. You know what I mean? Like, so I love the activity for Holland. I really hope he gets back on the winning train. Hopefully he starts as Gunnar Nelson. That'd be cool. I'm rocking with that. But nah, play it safe. We gotta go Nelson, second round sub. Going on to co-main event, Jan Blachowicz versus Carlos Ulberg. Such a tough fight too. Honestly, this is right up there with the Wood and Charrier fight. just because there's a lot of question marks coming from the Jan Blachowicz side. Haven't seen him fought since the Pereira matchup, which was July of 2023. Arguably won that fight. You know, that fight was very close to score. I think I did have a Pereira, but like Jan, if Jan won, I wouldn't be screaming robbery, you know. But I think with Jan Blachowicz, he's very old, but like he was old when he was on that light heavyweight tear, and keeps it competitive with these guys unless you're Glover Teixeira. And Olberg, who did Olberg fight last? It was Uzdemir. Some people think that Uzdemir won. I scored it for Olberg, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not. I'm gonna lean Olberg second round knockout. I just think he just like randomly catches Jan. Yeah, but I don't know. Like I could see Jan catching Olberg too, but I'm gonna go with the younger fighter, uh, more active fighter here in Olberg. It's so much better for the division too. I mean, don't get me wrong, Ankalaev destroys this dude. Parade probably does too, but new contender up there. You know, I've Jan has gained my respect a lot over the years. I've always picked against him, whether it's against Adesanya, first Rakic. I did pick him against Glover. Was probably why I faded him against Rakic. You know, he arguably won that Magomed fight. I scored it for Magomed, but you know, the draw was probably the best option. I just I questioned the durability. I questioned the time off. I think he had either same shoulder he had surgery on twice in that layoff, or he had shoulder surgery on both arms. So yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go with Oldberg here. I think it's a safer pick. There is a world where Jan wins at 110%. Going on to the main event, very interesting fight in Sean Brady versus Leon Edwards. I am not even that big of a Sean Brady fan, but seeing that Gilbert Burns performance, that was one of the best solo performances of 2024 for me. I thought that was just an absolute beatdown. Striking looked way more polished, looked a lot cleaner. Obviously, the grappling, we've known that Brady has fantastic grappling. And Sean Brady's really making himself out to be one of the most well-rounded fighters in welterweight. Definitely, probably top five, if not top three, most well-rounded at welterweight. I think this dude's an issue. Um, that Bilal fight a few years ago is still one of the weirdest things I've ever seen, considering what I've seen him do to Gastelum, which doesn't say much, but that Burns fight, and I know it's not the same Burns that fought Usman and Chimaev a couple years ago, but what he did to Burns and how he did it was such a clean performance. I just don't know. I think Brady's a lot more motivated right now. Leon lost the title, got made a fool. You know, outside that third round where he was like, I think he had Bilal's back for the whole third round. Outside of that, it was a beat down. Got dropped on his head. I think Brady wins this. I don't see how Brady finishes Edwards. I know Brady has insane jiu-jitsu. I can see Brady taking Leon to the ground, who Leon himself has fantastic takedown defense. I mean, I'm not going to let the Bilal fight, you know, kind of pave that way. You know, Bilal's obviously insane as much as he is cringe and hope he gets KO'd, you know, but I think Brady wins this by decision. I see a 48-47, maybe a 49-46. like Edwards doesn't get 50-45 in my opinion. If he does, then like we really gotta watch out for Sean Brady, honestly. But yeah, Brady and like his gas tank looked really good too in that Burns fight, which was 5 rounds. Because I think in the Chiesa fight a few years ago, he faded like heavily in that fight, from what I remember. But I'm gonna go Brady decision. I just don't know how Leon beats him, man. I don't like what flash head kick again. I meant maybe, but like doubt it, man. I mean, outside of that, like Leon Edwards does not finish fights either, man. It's not like he has this crazy power. Um, yeah, I'm gonna rock Brady decision. I'm gonna stand on business with that one too. Like, unless he looks horrible at weigh-ins, that's what I'm gonna rock with. Overall, though, we got a good card. I'm excited for it. I do have a few more decisions that I kind of thought I was going to initially. I know it's England. England usually they always throw down. From what I remember, it's always a lot of fun fights. But it's going to be really interesting. I'm excited. Should be an early one. This will line up probably the next contender for Bilal JDM winner after Shavkat. I just hope whoever wins in Bilal JDM they're active, because I don't want these two fighting. I mean, they're probably gonna have to fight someone else after this, which is crazy, but it is what it is. Sometimes you just have to go on these crazy win streaks. Welterweight's pretty stacked right now too, so I'm fine with them winning and then fighting. Like I don't even know who they would even fight, because Shavkat's gonna get next. You can't really jump over Shavkat either, and I mean that might be the bias I have, but mm, yeah, if Brady specifically wins, he has to be next for a title shot, because he'll beat number one in the world. If Leon wins, have him fight below JDM loser? No, no, actually, no, we're not doing that. Edwards isn't even active. Let's do him and Ian Gary. I'm fine with that. Like, I hope Leon wins that, because Ian Gary's horrible. And I'm not saying skill-wise, he's just horrible person. Honestly, I'm not even gonna get into that. That might be a whole separate video breaking down Ian Gary type stuff. Freaking weirdo. Brady decision. Oldberg second round KO, and a bunch of other fun fights I'm expecting. Cannot wait. Might go live, probably not. We'll see. Either way, it's over, YouTube. I'm out.